body there in just 2 hours flat. A little half-grown Siamese who loved to purr and play. The crew paid off her owner to make sure that she could stay. That kitten on the moon, kitten on the moon. You ought to see her pounce, that kitten on the moon. Now Kitty loved that moon base and the lower gravity. She learned to leap 12 yards and pounce in 1/6 G. A tourist came to watch her careening off the wall. The crew made big bucks selling tapes of Kitty playing ball. That kitten on the moon, that kitten on the moon. You ought to see her pounce, that kitten on the moon. Then came some Moonside Nationalists by 20 and by 2, yelling, "We're gonna blow this whole place up, don't care if we die too." None of them noticed Kitty Cat lying on the overhead pipe, until the boss walked underneath and she gave a mighty swipe. That kitten on the moon, that kitten on the moon. You ought to see her pounce, that kitten on the moon. The boss man yelled and jumped real hard, which wasn't very smart. He cracked his skull on the ceiling, which promptly stopped his heart. The other punks, they yelled in shock and tried to catch the cat, but to run and jump in 1/6 G, they hadn't trained for that. Oh, that kitten on the moon, that kitten on the moon. You ought to have seen her pounce, that kitten on the moon. Kitty led them on a merry chase on the ceiling and the wall. It became a 3D pool game with flapping, squawking balls. The station crewmen grabbed their chance, and as each punk flew past, they grabbed and bopped and tied them up until they got the last. That kitten on the moon, kitten on the moon. You ought to have seen her pounce, that kitten on the moon. So they held the moon's first trial, and the nationalists got the boot. Straight out the nearest airlock, without benefit of suit. But Kitty was a hero, and the whole staff paid the bill to ship up tanks for breeding fish so the cat could eat her fill. Now there's fishing on the moon, there's fishing on the moon. Thanks to Kitty Cat, there's fishing on the moon. Oh, that kitten on the moon, that kitten on the moon. You ought to have seen her pounce, that kitten on the moon.